fall. Oh. All right. Same process as always. Come on in here. Come in the room. Come in the room. Brewster is my tutor, and he gives me all of my medicine, and he gives me all of my prescriptions in the room. Come on, sing with me. Come in the room. Come in the room. Because Brewster is my doctor, and he's laying all of this science, and he's giving you all of this knowledge in the room. What's up, everybody? Give y'all a few minutes of stuff to get in here. Been getting a ton of questions and stuff like that regarding the 2020, 2021. 2290, aka heavy highway use tax. And so, we're gonna answer those questions and stuff along with everything else and stuff. So, this one where we're gonna break into that, and then once I give you the complete breakdown of that, then we'll go. If you got any kind of questions, comments, concern, we'll go and address those things too. So again, give me an audio check. Let me know everything is all right and stuff. I'll give y'all a few minutes, and then we'll go ahead and break on into it. So is my audio okay? My audio fine? Alright, I'm just going to assume that it's okay and stuff, since ain't nobody going to say anything and stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. What's up, brother? Where you at? Oh, Mr. G88. I'm off of, I'm over here at the split of 77 and, not 77, 81 and 78. I'm headed towards Johnstown, New York and stuff, up there to that Walmart. I gotta be up there at 7, so we're gonna be over there around 6, hopefully. Alright, so, the questions I've been getting and stuff about the 2290 and stuff is that 2290 heavy highway use tax. A lot of people think that those two things are the same. There's something different, which is not. It's just, the form that's used is called the 2290 heavy highway use tax form. And as we know, July 1st is just 2 short weeks away, which is when you can begin to file for your new, when you can file for the new 2290 and stuff for the 2020, 2021 yearly. And so, oh, excuse me. So, okay, we back live. We live. Okay, all right. So, anyway, the time is upon us and stuff. So, this right here is going to be dealing with you guys and stuff that are own operators, or if you're in a lease program and stuff like that. If you're in a lease program, somewhere around between now and the second week of July, when you get your settlements. All right, what's going on, Mr. James? Somewhere between now and the second week of July, when you get your settlement, you're going to see that they took out $550. plus whatever service fee and stuff that comes with that. Because it's several ways that you can file your heavy highway use tax and your heavy highway use tax, aka your 2290. And so if you're leasing on with a company, a lot of companies tend to go ahead and take care of that process for you, because they're going to be the one, if you lease on with somebody, then most times you're going to be running off their base plate. And if you run off their base plate, then what they like to do and stuff is take care of everything in one hit. So, it can speed the process along and get your base plate so you can go to work. So, a lot of companies will cover your 2290 for you. But, and how they do it, how they do it is several ways. It's like, they got people that's in the office that specifically go down there and get your base plate. And so they have a lot of people and stuff that's online. And stuff that can do it. Some people just decide to go down there to the IRS building, or if they're getting the base plate, in the state that they're in and stuff, if they got a terminal in the state and they're going to be running the base plate, say, I'm from North Carolina and I'm going to be running a North Carolina base plate, and my company is domiciled out of North Carolina. When they go down there to get your base plate, they can take care of your 2290 right there and stuff, This is why they ask that you got to have two things and stuff in order to file. You got to have your EIN number, which they usually get that off your application. You fill your application out, they get your EIN number and stuff there. And then they need a copy of your title, particularly your VIN number. They need your VIN number off your truck. So they get those two things there and stuff. And then if they go online and file, which takes little to nothing. I mean, especially if you got it all down packed, it shouldn't take you no more than about 10 minutes, depending on how fast or how slow your internet is and stuff. But what the companies will do is that they'll send the stuff off to a third party, or they'll just go up there online and then just fill out all the necessary stuff. Now, being in what we're in and stuff, right? Your 2290 is going to be based upon the weight class of your truck. And so the highest weight class that they have with your heavy highway use tax is 75,000 plus. So if it's 75,000 plus and you're filing between July 1st and August 1st, then you're going to pay $550. And then anything past August 1st, you're going to get prorated. And so, the price goes down. It goes from $550 to, $5 1/4. It just depends and stuff like that. But, usually when you file, they tell you how much you owe. All right, so if the company does it, you give them the information, they go down there and they file it, and then once they file it, they give you this paper which is called a Schedule 1. They give you this paper called a Schedule 1. And your Schedule 1 is proof that you filed for the 2020 through 2021, or anytime you do a 2290. That's a receipt show that you filed. Okay? So with that, they also tell you how much you owe to the IRS. They also tell you how much they owe to the IRS and stuff. And so they make a money order. They make a money order, certified check and stuff to the IRS, and then they send it off to Cincinnati. That's the headquarters of the IRS and stuff, the one where they take all the monies for your 2290. It's always going to be something in Cincinnati, Ohio. All right. So that's if the company decides to do it and stuff for you. And the reason why they do it again is to speed the process up. But if they do that, if you decide to let the company do your 2290, when they file, make sure that you get a copy of your Schedule 1. Because I don't know how many people get jammed up How many people get jammed up and stuff on account that they don't get that Schedule 1 and stuff, and then, you got a lot of other people that want to call you stupid. They want to call you stupid for not knowing that that's the paper that you got to have and stuff to show that your 2290 and stuff has been filed. So if they do it for you, they get a Schedule 1 and you just get a copy of that, just in case you decide, hey, well, you know what, I'm gonna leave and go to another carrier. The next carrier gonna be asking the same thing. Like, well, hey, listen, have you paid your 2290? Well, have you filed your 2290? And if you got a copy of your Schedule 1, then they know it's been filed, right? But this where people get crossed up at here and stuff too, is that once you file, then you don't pay no more. It doesn't matter how many companies you go to. You decide, all right, this company ain't working out for me, I'm going somewhere else. The only time you have to pay another 2290 is if you get another truck. So if you're in a lease program, and you give the truck back and then you over into another company and you get another truck over there and stuff, then yeah, you got to pay another 2290. But if you leave and you still keep the same truck, and stuff, then you don't have to pay anything and stuff. And how to use the catch it, even if you don't have a copy of your Schedule 2290, when they go down there and try to file again, right? The IRS and stuff will kick them out the system. It won't give them it won't tell them how much you owe. None of that stuff. It won't give you an account number. It won't give you anything. It just simply kicks you out of the system, and it won't allow you to file. And in that case there and stuff, that's verification right there. Well, that's one of the telltale signs that your 2290 has been paid. The other thing is that when they go down there and get your base plate, if the 2290 hasn't been paid, when they go down there and try to get you a plate for your truck, then it's gonna put a block in the system, which is not gonna allow you to get a base plate, and then it's gonna tell you what's going on and stuff. Like, usually to get your base plate, you got to make sure that you got a federal inspection. For some states, they require that you have a federal inspection, but for the most part, they want to make sure that your property tax is paid on your vehicle, your property tax is paid on your truck, and that your 2290 has been paid, and that's already been updated in the system. If it's already updated in the system, then they go ahead, they put the information in there, they give you the base plate, and then you're good to go. And that's what typically happens and stuff. But why companies decide to do it themselves is so that they don't run any kind of hiccups or whatever. So they do it. But if they tell you that you have to do it, right? If you, the driver, have to do it, then it's an easy process it's several steps and stuff, that you can take on your own and stuff to make sure it gets done. And so the first thing is if they tell you got to pay your 2290, your heavy highway use tax, you can go down there to the IRS building yourself. And being that the IRS is federal, as long as they take care of IRS business, then you can just go down there and stuff and you can file yourself. Now the problem with that is that with the COVID-19, with COVID-19 and stuff, you got to schedule an appointment to go down there. You got to schedule an appointment. They used to take walk-ins and stuff off the street. Now you got to schedule an appointment and stuff. And so, you schedule your appointment to go in there and stuff. You see what the subject, they ask you what the subject matter is and stuff. You tell them, okay, 2290, which they can usually get you in there pretty quick. So, you schedule your appointment. You go to the IRS building. The other problem is that they don't allow any kind of electronic devices inside the federal building. So you can't take your cell phone. You can't take any kind of electronic device which usually will have like all your information pertaining to your truck. And because you don't have that, you got to have another source of stuff. Usually, a copy of your title or something that you can write something down, for your EIN. All right. The other thing about the IRS is that they don't accept cash. They don't accept cash, so you can't go down there and stuff with no money. They ain't gonna accept it. If you know that you're going between July 1st and August 1st, then you can go ahead and get you a certified money order or check for $550. Now they will accept it at the building, but they won't accept any kind of cash, So what you're doing basically is to file, you're going in there to file for your 2020, 2021. You give them the information, you sit down, you give them the information, they file it, they give you a copy of your Schedule 1 showing that it's been filed, and then from there, if you know how much it is and stuff and you already got the check, you just hand them over the check, you hand them over the check and stuff like that, and then, you're good to go that way. If you don't go down there and you don't have the money order, you can still file, but they're going to give you the account number. They're going to give you an account number, which you need to put on your certified check or your money order, and then they're going to send you they're going to give you the address of where to send the money order or certified check off to. Now, what I recommend is if you're doing it that way, you need to send it through certified mail. You need to send it through certified mail and stuff, because you need verification that someone from the IRS received that certified mail and stuff, just in case, they want to come back, later on and stuff to say, well, hey man, you still owe us money. You might get a letter and stuff through the mail and stuff, and the IRS is saying, okay, you owe us money, and then they have their little penalties and stuff that's up there. To avoid all that and stuff, if you send it certified mail, then it's just as simple as getting the person and stuff who signed it, and then they gotta look for the money themselves, because you sent it certified mail. So that means that the check got there and it's in the building somewhere. So if it's a technicality on their part and stuff, then they'll go ahead and correct it. But if they signed for it, then that frees you up and stuff from the fact of you having to pay any kind of fines or penalties and stuff because of a technicality that they made on their part. So again, it's imperative that if you send the money order and stuff off, that your account number and stuff is correct, and that you send it certified mail. And if you can, the sooner you can get it in there, the better. So not only will I certify it, I will also see if I can overnight it. Make it priority or something like that. The sooner they get it, the better they get it. I mean, the sooner they get it, the better it is for everybody. So, that's one scenario stuff there if you decide to go down to the IRS building. The second step is if you decide not to go down to the IRS building yourself, and, again, you got to have an appointment and stuff to go down there. They don't take walk-ins and stuff anymore. The more easier way and stuff, you got plenty of companies out here that will file your 2290 on your behalf. They'll get you everything that's necessary to get you your Schedule 1. There's so many companies out here and stuff. I mean, I can't even name them all. But their premise is that they have a direct link to the IRS to make sure that you get a Schedule 1. So when you do that, if you decide to go that way, it's two ways you can do it. If you decide to use a third party. Now, number one, they have a step where you can sit there, they have all the information, and you can, all right, what's going on? They have all the information and stuff, the step-by-step process, it's real simple, but if you decide to do it yourself with the third party, right, then, the fee is usually about $10, $11 or something like that. Like I said, it's a real simple process and stuff. You just got to make sure you fill it out correctly. When you fill it out correctly, then it'll tell you that your schedule, it'll tell you that your 2290 heavy highway use tax for your 2020, 2021 has been filed, and they'll email you your Schedule 1. And from there, you just print it out. There you print it out. It also tell you how much money you'll owe. It tell you how much money you owe and stuff, and then they have an account number. And, you put the account number and stuff on the money order. Repeat the same process. Send the money order off through certified mail, and certified mail to the address that they supply and stuff for the IRS, and then you're good to go. All right? So let's just say that step-by-step process is a little bit too difficult for you. Well, they got customer service people and stuff that can do it. They got customer service people that can walk you through with it, but, then it starts to get a little bit more expensive. So, if you take that route, then it's going to cost you about $80. That's their service fee, about $80. I seen some, go a little bit higher and stuff like that, but the lowest I seen was, $79.99, right? So they just walk you through the process and stuff, make sure that it's filed correctly, and then, same thing. Once it's filed, they'll tell you how much you owe. They give you the account number, tell you what to send the money order off to, and then they'll give you a copy of your Schedule 1. And so you keep the copy of your Schedule 1 on file for yourself. So if anybody say, well, have you paid, have you filed your 2290 for the 2020, 2021 year, then, you got proof that it's done. So those steps right there and stuff, that's to ensure stuff that everything gets paid that's on the up and up. Now, what happens a lot of times and stuff with guys is that your 2290 is paid, you go over to another carrier, and then they're still taking out $550. Saying that, well, hey, listen, we had to file another 2290 and stuff, which they can't do on the same truck. They can't do it on the same truck. Once it's paid, that's it. It's already in the system and stuff, and it's just one less thing and stuff that they have to worry about when they go down there and get your base plate. The last step is for guys who got their trucks registered. If they're a resident in a state and they get their truck registered in that same state, and you get the base plate, they will allow you to pay your 2290 on the spot. They do have some departments and stuff which will accept your 2290 and stuff. They'll go ahead, they'll file it on your behalf, tell you how much you owe, and then you just pay it. And then they'll get everything set up and stuff on their end to make sure that the money is sent off to the IRS. But again, in order to qualify to that, you got to be a resident of the state. You got to have your vehicle registered in the state, and then you get that state base plate. If you're doing that and stuff, then they'll go ahead and accommodate and consolidate and stuff that way. But for the most part and stuff, a lot of guys are going to be following. If you're leasing on and stuff with a company, that's why I say ask the question. Make sure that you know how they're going to do things and stuff, and that way it just clears up any confusion. Again, most companies will go ahead and just file it on your behalf, but there are some companies that say, well, we ain't got nothing to do with it, you got to file it and stuff, and then just give us a copy of your Schedule 1. So like I said, it's a real quick process, a real easy process. It just I understand the numbers and the words and stuff can confuse people and say, well, hey man, what's a 2290? Heavy highway use tax. What's a heavy highway use tax? 2290. That's what the form is called. Just like your W-2 or your 1099 and stuff like that. That's just the number that's used and stuff. But it's really nothing to it. But the season is upon us. The season is upon us and stuff, and I'm pretty sure you're probably gonna get a phone call and stuff from your company asking you and stuff how you want to take care of the matter. Do you want us to do it, or are you gonna do it yourself? And so some companies, if they say, well, you got to do it yourself, then around, like I said, in July 1st, that's when you can go down there, you can file. Just make sure that you get on it, because if you don't have it, then the companies will usually put you on safety hold because that's one of the requirements that they got to have in order to get your base plate updated and stuff, you know, especially if it's set to expire and stuff in July or August or, you know, whenever. You know, so real quick process, real easy process and stuff. You know, I just thought I'd go ahead and throw that on out there and stuff because, you know, a lot of people get confused about the matter and stuff like that. A lot of things, you know, another thing I see is like, if you decide to use, you know, a third party to do your 2290 on your behalf, right? And then you decide to go somewhere else the next year, then, you know, they usually send you emails and stuff like that telling you, hey man, your heavy highway use tax hasn't been filed and stuff like that. You know, make sure that it's been filed. You know, we can file it for you to avoid penalties and stuff. And then people see the emails and then like, man, daggone, you know, now I got to pay a penalty and stuff like that because I didn't file. And you file, it's just you decide to do it another way this year and stuff. And by you not using them, you know, they keep a clientele on everybody and stuff. They keep a file on everybody to make sure that they keep that clientele up, you know. But if you get that email and stuff and you know that you already done filed it, don't even worry about it. You know, don't even worry about it. But like I said, I get so many emails and stuff about that. Like, man, hey, I paid my 2290, but you know, this company is saying that I didn't file and I'm subject to fines and penalties and stuff like that, you know, and that ain't the case, guys. Some of these companies will send you paperwork to make it look just like they the IRS. You know, they'll send you paperwork and stuff to make it seem like they the IRS themselves and stuff, but you know, you got to read the fine print. And the fine print will just tell you like, hey, okay, we're not a part of the federal institution or state institution, you know, that sort of thing there, but you know, again, that's just a scare tactic that people use to make sure that you stay with them, you know, so that they don't lose that clientele and stuff like that. But, you know, it's just simply reading the forms and stuff like that, you know, get everybody caught up to speed so, you know, you don't get confused or whatever. And so that right there and stuff will conclude that section there. So if anybody got any questions, if they got any questions, you know, with the upcoming 2290, 2020, 2021, you can go ahead and throw them on out there and stuff. If not, then, you know, you can throw any questions and stuff out there too, and I'll try to answer it. I'll try to answer it and stuff as much as possible. So, with that, the floor is yours. Nobody else has any kind of questions? All right then. Well, with that then we're gonna go ahead and I guess we're gonna go ahead and conclude the matter and stuff like that. Now I'll go ahead and end the feed. Let's see. All right, Mr. Cunningham, how you doing? So if there ain't any more questions and stuff that's out here, you know, about the trucking industry or again about the 2290, then I'm gonna just go ahead and end the feed and stuff there. I hope that what I said and stuff, you know, was helpful. And if you need more verification, if you need more understanding and stuff, you know, just feel free to hit me up. My contact information is on my page. You know, text me first, let me know who you are, let me know what the subject matter is and stuff, and I'll help you as much as possible. Let's see. What is usually the range of a payment of a $22.90? The most that you're going to pay for a $22.90 is $550 if you file it between July 1st and August 1st. If you file between July 1st and August 1st, then the most you're going to pay is $550. The other thing I want to throw out there too is that I don't know if they're going to give us a grace period. I don't know if they're going to give us a grace period this year because of the of the COVID-19. I imagine that they are. And once I find out that information and stuff, you know, I'll let you know that too. I'll update that too. But as it stands now, if you have your truck now and you're filing for the 2020-2021, you have between July 1st and August 1st to get it filed. If you don't have it filed after August 1st, then, you know, that's when they start tacking on penalties. They start tacking on penalties and stuff like that and everything. And so, you know, each day it's not filed and stuff like that. You know, the penalties kind of go up and stuff. But if it's filed on time, then you're only going to owe $550. So if you decide, let's just say you decide to get your truck in August or September or October or November or December, then, you know, what they do is that they prorate you. They prorate you. So you're not going to be paying that $550 and stuff. You know, the price goes down. And, you know, but again, you're not penalized and stuff because of that. You're not penalized because of that, you know. It's just for those who have base plate now and, you know, are still running. You know, then, yeah, if you have a base plate now and stuff, then, you know, July 1st is the first day on which you can file for your $22.90, and it'll cost you $550 plus whatever service fee that's involved. But, you know, that's dealing with third party. Mr. Aaron, what's going on? I see you done made it to I see you done made the orientation. Hey, you in there now. You in there now. So I guess, you know, Maverick, hey, you know, Maverick took too long and stuff like that. Like, you know, they want to mess around and stuff like that. And these guys, they already got you, you know, they already got you in the truck and everything. Hey, so you ride with the trained engineer stuff, or you on your own now? Yeah, okay, Mr. Norris, no problem. I mean, Mr. Chris, yeah, no problem and stuff. I bought mine last month, so I'm going to have to pay. No, let's see, hold on. What does that say? Let's see, I bought mine last month, so I am going to have to pay that. I got mine from Lone Mountain. Yeah, if you got your truck from Lone Mountain, that's the first thing they tell you. The $22.90 have not been paid. So if you got your truck last month, then you're gonna have to. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to go ahead and finish up you're gonna have to file now and stuff, right, for the 2019, 2020. But, you know, you ain't gonna be paying a little bit nothing and stuff. Probably about, you know, about $30, $40 or something like that and everything. Probably not even that. But then, you know, come July, you're gonna have to file again. Come July 1st, you're gonna have to file again, and that's gonna be for the $550. Hold up, let's see. What does that say? Bro, I had to let them. I just past mine yesterday, but I got. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, all right, so, okay, I got you. All right, so, yeah, I guess, all right, so yeah, since you went to school and stuff, I guess they give you a refresher or whatever and stuff. Hey, but listen, you got to be careful about that too, cause I don't know if Schneider will make you sign a contract saying that, you know, because of them giving you that training and stuff like that, they gotta, you know, you gotta stay with them for a year and stuff like that. So, you know, I know it was like, you know, I started with Schneider 18 years ago and stuff, but you know, it was a completely different time and stuff. I got my license through Schneider. I got my license through Schneider and stuff. So, you know, of course, I was under contract for a year, which I didn't fulfill, by the way. I got terminated. So, you know, but I guess that's another story for another time. But yeah, when you ride with your train engineer, make sure that he don't let him be like how it was and stuff with me, because when I rode with mine, he was on a Georgia Pacific account, which means that every load that we got was a driver unload and stuff. And so Schneider had a policy at the time where if it was two people in the truck, that they weren't gonna pay for no lump. They were only gonna give you $75, and that was it. You know, however you used it, that was up to you. And so, you know, you got a whole load of paper towels and stuff like that. You know, you got a whole truckload of paper towels and stuff, man. Ain't nobody about to unload that truck for no $75. You know, so you know, so we had to get up there and stuff, and we had to unload the truck and all that stuff there and everything. I'm telling you, boy, you talking about something aggravating, like, good gracious. You know, the lumper service coming over there messing with us and stuff, telling them, I think they shut that warehouse down probably 3 times because they had to go on break. You know, you went on break, they had to, you know, you couldn't be on the dock and stuff like that, man. I mean, I think it took us, with 2 people, I think it took us about 3.5 hours to unload the truck. God, they kept going on break so much. Okay. Get him, go get him. Okay, you at the West Memphis, Arkansas account. Okay, all right. So, yeah, let's see. Yeah, you at the, okay, I know what OC you at. Yeah, I know what OC you at, so, you know. They ain't seen you too far. I thought they were going to send you to Texas. Yeah, I thought they were going to send you to Texas. I forgot they had that, OC and stuff there in West Memphis. But yeah, when you get your train engineer, just ask him, hey, listen, what dedicated account you on? You know what I'm saying? So you ain't back there busting licks and all that stuff there, Kyle. We had to do 3 driver unloads and stuff, and you know, he got paid $75 a piece for all 3 of them. I ain't get no money. I didn't get no money, man. So, you know. And you know, when I was in that position there and stuff, they was only giving us $250 a week. So, you know, that's why I ain't really like jump ship, because I wasn't about to get over here and be a first seat driver. I wasn't about to be no first seat driver and stuff, and then they started loading me down with miles and stuff, and then I'm only getting paid $250, and I done did 3,000 miles and stuff. So I'm like, you know, no, I ain't doing that. Oh, Mesquite, Texas. Okay. Okay. You in Mesquite, Texas, and the account is in West Memphis. Okay, all right. Okay, that's good. That's good. It's all right. So like I said, now I know you at Snyder. That ozone generator, yeah, yeah, cause you definitely gonna need it, boy. Cause man, that truck, I don't know. Wait a minute, Snyder, they give you a brand new truck. I think they give you a brand new truck, but if in the case they don't, well, you're gonna have 1,000 years of funk up in there, man. I mean, that truck gonna be getting down with some serious funk. But yeah, since I know you at Snyder, and everything, once you get done with your train engineer, you get your truck. Just let me know and stuff, and I'll go and send that care package off to you and everything, and because I know now you're getting I know definitely you get a Freightliner Cascadia. I just don't know if you're getting the new one. If you're getting the new one, if you can if you get the Cascadia or you get the Cascadia Evolution. And so if I know that and stuff, they'll kind of, okay, all right. So yeah, just let me know when you get your truck and stuff. But man, I'm telling you, I'm like, ooh, buddy, and that truck ain't brand new, boy. It's gonna be 1,000 years of funk. I mean, get that. That's they made that song. Rick James, he made that song "Stepping Out." We stepping out with the funk. We stepping out with some serious funk. Yeah, so get you that, some Lysol, get you that all-purpose cleaner and stuff from Walmart, that $4 jug. I suggest get that, some rubber gloves, and some old clothes, and scrub that truck from top to bottom, man. And another thing too, now when you get your truck, now it's against the law for a company to give you a used mattress in the truck. It's against the law. A lot of people don't know that and stuff. They're like, when you get a truck, they supposed to supply you with a new mattress. And with the COVID-19, I imagine they probably gonna do that. They probably gonna do it and stuff, But hey, when you get your truck, man, make sure you got a new mattress in it. I ain't talking about, oh well, the guy just never took the plastic off of it and all. Make sure you got a new mattress. Make sure you got a new mattress and stuff, man. If they ain't got one, they supposed to get you one. But don't leave out there with no used mattress. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people don't, it's something that they don't really talk about and stuff that much. But I mean, yeah, when you get a truck, you're supposed to have a brand new mattress, and your heat and air conditioner is supposed to work too. Yeah, your heat and your air conditioner is supposed to work, especially your air conditioner, because this year and stuff, man, I feel it's gonna be a scorcher. It's gonna be a scorcher, and being that you're running over there, especially going to Texas, you definitely gonna need that AC. Stepping out with the funk. We'll be stepping out with some serious funk. Hey, I know this kind of late to bring this up. I don't know if you guys are familiar with. I kind of called him out. But I'm gonna give him a shout out anyway. The driver, Be Smooth. That driver, Be Smooth. Now, when a person practice what they preach, I got to give you a shout out. And that's definitely a man, I got to say, he practiced what he preached. You know, when that COVID thing hit, he went home and he stayed home the whole time. I think he just recently got back out here on the road. So this is a man who practiced what he preached, because every single video he did, he was at the house. Now, I don't really get down with people talking about other people. You know, that's not my thing and stuff, but you know, when you're out here dropping science to people and you practice what you preach, I got to give you a shout out on that. So like I said, you know, all the other stuff about, you know, talking about other drivers and everything and stuff, but as far as the business aspect, yeah. So my thing is that if you decide to go to his channel, I say pick at his brain and stuff and see, man, hey, listen, hey, bro, you're running your own business and stuff like that and everything, you know, what set asides and stuff do I need to make sure that, you know, when something happens like this and stuff, or anything else, that I got what I need and stuff to be prepared. Because like I said, when he went home a little bit after this COVID thing started. I think he just left his house last week. What did you do? What set asides and stuff, you know, what program did you have set up to make? Like I said, with me, the reason why I had to stay out here and stuff was because I had to buy, like I said, I had to buy 2 cars, one for my stepson, one for my niece. It would have been, if I had 7s, it still would have bothered me and stuff to be home that long period of time and stuff. Say, you know what, forget this COVID thing and stuff, I'm just going ahead and, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and just get on back out here and stuff. Screw it. Pretty much like the same mindset I had, you know, like the same mindset I had now and stuff. Like, man, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna work on through it, even though I got sick. But that's definitely a man and stuff that practiced what he preached. And I got to give him a shout out about that. Amen. Now, you know, he say he's a contributor to the trucking industry. So there's some science right there and stuff that you can be, what people saying, you know, he's not a contributor or any of this other stuff there. That's some, you know, nobody else and stuff I seen did that. You know, he went home, and so my thing is like, you know, I'm gonna check you out, but you know, if you up here talking about, you know, if you up here talking about other drivers and stuff like that and ain't breaking down this science, then okay. Then, because, you know, you got a step by step, you got a play by play that you can go with and stuff like that. A lot of drivers would love to have that information. I know me in particular. So, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe to him and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm just giving everybody heads up. Hey, check your man out and stuff, you know. Let's see, how do you use your 10 hours as far as saving your time? Okay. That's gonna be a little tricky, because I know how long it's gonna take me to get from point A to point B. I know how long it's gonna take. You know, I'm pretty much in control and stuff as far as like picking and choosing for and stuff like. It's not really a template I can give you. It's not no template I can give you. The only thing I can say in your position is, you know, that's one of those things that you're gonna have to learn. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to learn, and it's gonna be a lot of pitfalls and stuff there, guys. You know, I did a few videos and stuff where I ain't have but 9 minutes. You know, I ain't have but 9 minutes, and I wasn't picking up no more time and stuff like that. So just you know, when it's time to work, when it's a time to drive, go ahead and drive. When it's a time to take your break, don't take a break any longer than what you have to. Don't take a break any longer than what you have to. Don't be on line 4. Don't be on line 4 any longer than what you have to. You know, when you when you go check in at a shipper or a consignee, the only work that you're doing is taking the paperwork up there to the place, giving them the paperwork, and that's that. And then you back in the truck up to the door. After that, if they want, you know, once you're in the door, you usually gonna jump in the sleeper. That's telling the truth. So, you know, just to be on the up and up, use line 4 and stuff, you know, very cautiously. You know, I say about 10 minutes, you know. Give yourself 15 minutes for a pre-trip every day, and no longer than that. When you get at a shipper, 10 minutes at a shipper, 10 minutes at a consignee. When you purchase fuel, you only use line 4 when you get out the truck and you get over there and you start pumping you start putting in the transaction and stuff to pump the fuel. It doesn't take long and stuff to pump the fuel, so I would say about you know, another 10 minutes there, but no longer than that. 10 minutes at the shipper, 10 minutes at the consignee, 10 minutes at the fuel, 15 minutes for your pre-trip. So, you know, that will save you some time there and stuff, and then the rest of your time is going to be based upon, you know, how much of the 14 and stuff that they killed. So, kind of be smart, you know. Kind of be smart and calculate your time. Like, if you go to a place and they take 5 hours to load you, if they take 5 hours to load you, then you might well put yourself in sleeper berth. When you put yourself in sleeper berth, and stuff, then that means you only got to sit for 3 more hours. And after you sit for your 3 hours, then the drive time that you didn't use, you get that back. You get that back, so at least you can start moving. You know, so yeah, you know, stuff's gonna happen. You're gonna get to places and they're gonna try to kill your time and stuff like that. So, you know, just kind of be smart about what you're doing stuff with the time. Like, if they keep you longer than 5 hours, then just go ahead and stay for the other 3 hours and just finish your break off, because it's better than sitting there for 5 hours driving and then you got to shut down to do a whole nother 8 hours or a whole nother 10 hours, you know. And now you got too much break time and stuff there. That's what's going to make you, you know, it's going to kind of discourage you and stuff like that, because you're doing a lot of unnecessary sitting. So you'll learn that and stuff, you know. You'll learn that and stuff like that. It's just like anything else and stuff, man. You know, you'll learn the ins and outs and stuff, and then you can use it to your discretion. But, you know, just be smart about the moves and stuff that you make, so that you're not sitting there and, you know, you go to a shipper and then you got to take a break there, and then you go into a consignee. No, then you leaving and then you got to take another break and stuff. So you're doing all these breaks. And you ain't really getting down the road and stuff like that, because, you know, these trucks and stuff, man, they ain't meant to be sitting there for long periods of time, kind. You know, regardless of what you got going on, but the walls will sometimes start to close in on you, cause I know, like, sometimes my stuff get bad. Like, I know my stuff bad when I get to seeing stuff. You know, I'll be sitting right there in the sleeper. I'll be sitting right there in the sleep and everything, and then, you know, next thing you know, I get to seeing stuff. Like, man, that's when I know then I've been in this truck too long. It's time to change my environment. Get on out of here. You'll definitely go stir crazy in this truck, man. they all right. You can get you some sleep and stuff, but you stay in this truck too long, boy. It's like, man. And like I said, I got plenty of stuff in here. But sometimes it's stuff like, you probably see I got a lot of samurai. I got a lot of samurai regalia and stuff in here in the truck, and so one of the things I got over here on the right hand side is a picture of Gilgamesh, the samurai Gilgamesh and stuff. And sometimes, man, Gilgamesh will get talking to me, like Gilgamesh will get to talking to me, and I get to talking back at him. Next thing you know, we done had a conversation and stuff like that, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, bro, was I just talking to that poster? And I'm being real, I'm being real and stuff, man. He get to talking to me, and I get to talking back at him, and I'm like, man. And next thing you know, we done had a 2-3 hour conversation, and I'm like, man, wait a minute, bro, it's time for me to get up out of here, man. I'm gonna tell you what, man. I really hate, man. It's just something about New York State. If I ain't going to, let's see. Yeah, man. It's, bro. Bro, I can tell you, man. We get together one day and stuff, man. I'm gonna tell you some stories and stuff that you ain't gonna believe. But yeah, man, it's something about New York State. Well, I hate running New York State, man. I can run New York City, no problem, man. Albany. It's something about that 87, man. You go up to Albany, and then you get on 90 and stuff like that. Over there to Syracuse and Rochester and Buffalo. Like, God, man, it's a smooth ride over there, but man, it's just, I don't know, man. It's never a good time for me to go up there. I'm debating that and stuff. Once I deliver in Johnstown, I'm like, man, I might just go on deadhead back down to Jersey, because I just don't want to be up there tomorrow morning. I swear I don't, man. It's just something about that West New York. It's a very depressing place and stuff to be, man. Listen, fellas, I'm gonna go ahead and jump on off here and everything. I appreciate your time being here. I hope that the information that I put out here was helpful. If I have time and stuff, I may go live again once I get parked over here in Johnstown. But if not, then you guys have my contact information. Feel free to hit me up. Just let me know who you are. Let me know what the subject matter is and stuff, man. We'll go ahead and break into some constructive dialogue. And with that being said, this your man here, the one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster. Telling you as always, hit me up on Instagram. That's Rhode Island Red Rooster 22. Rhode Island Red Rooster 22 on Instagram, where I'm always posting up things about my 2013 Freightliner Cascadia. With that, you guys be safe, be easy, and peace out.